So I should be past the point of talking about how people are controlled. Like at this point, you want to be able to outline who's controlling the tools, the the because they're obviously not acting of their like their judgment is like that episode of the Brown Hornet where all these ducks went through this machine and they came out all silly because people never used to associate a position with like about like abortion versus pro-life or um, Israel stuff with being a fascist. And Charlie Kirk, uh, he didn't shun Israel's policies, but he said we shouldn't give them any more of our money. So people are suspicious of Blackwater right now. Because I mean, I'm not saying it's them, but I am very curious who is controlling the mind that will fall for anything because they want to have friends. They do what they project that their social group is going to be attracted to, and they might come up with it first, like, or like there'll be coercion. So like they'll say like, before we change our protocols, I'm waiting for some more facts and information, but you're actually just waiting for approval because did we forget shit floats downstream? It sounds kind of brash to bring that up, but you're always reminded that shit floats downstream. So at work, you know what I mean? And we just say these things like, okay, I know you're not a dummy. Somebody's controlling this. Even so you're not even dumb because you know that you're not waiting for new information. So when Charlie Kirk was killed, these people celebrate because they thought more people were going to celebrate with them. And they were just, that's the thing with tools is that their logic doesn't hold together coherently. It doesn't age well. And perhaps the logic of who's controlling them has a longer forecast for however they're going to use those people as their escape, basically. So, they could, like, I mean, they had the guy twice. It's like, it seems like Patel's getting played again, like from after the Epstein thing. Now it's like, we can't use this guy. You know what I mean? We can't use this person, for the suspect. Like, and then now they're looking for a third person. But the suspects that they do find have 3 cell phones, expensive guns that their parents can't afford. It's like, we already know. I mean, I guess I'm going back, falling into the same habit of talking about people are controlled instead of who's just doing it. Like, if I could just jump right to it, because I could tell you how Hegelian dialectic is in play right now and how Putin is actually friends of the CIA, but you actually have to look at what North Korea actually is, because a lot of South Koreans will tell you that Kim Jong-un runs South Korea, and he studied in the United States. And so we're making him like the foe, and everybody that we make as this big foe, but they really are being used by the same archon who's more interested in transhumanism than the people that it's controlling could actually have a vested interest in it. So it goes beyond what you can't see like that, because it's like, this doesn't make logical sense. Right? So it's like, because how many times could they really continually clone organs or steal organs or whatever? Because they had a meeting with China, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, and Putin, and they had a hot mic. And so hot mic could mean either they let something slip or they did it on purpose. But they were talking about how they can continually transplant organs. I don't know, is that supposed to make me suspicious that they're gloating about how they can have an organ market in China? And like, nah, they wouldn't do that. like it's putting it in plain sight. Like there's a transhumanist agenda that is empowered by a Archon, which is a hybrid human alien. And if you don't believe in them, when the sons of God took human wives, it's basically the same thing. Um, so do you want to say that some element of Masada, because it's not, I would never just say that the Israelis were happy that Charlie Kirk, because he was such a fucking hardliner, he was a moderate, they couldn't be happy that he got killed. So the only people left that are happy are overlooking the fact that moderate is not the radicals that you need as your enemy to hold muster, to hold water. Who are you trying to impress that wouldn't know you're not really about that you're being confused? These are not your thoughts. Somebody would know better that you could spell out that these humans are, it's like they're being given false directives by an ideology that's being pumped to them, and it's saying that we'll remember you. People will remember. You fit into a group. It's like celebrating. I want to be celebrated, and then they just automatically are being controlled. Like we might know that's happening and can't stop it, And so it's gotten so much that they can't even realize that their heads just blew up. Like they just don't have, their mind is just totally a tool. Like it's just an instrument of some other itinerary, and you're discarded after you're not going to be remembered forever. Like, and if you do, it would be for a horrible, terrible thing that you made a very bad decision with some bad, and so that's why it's happening like twice in one day. Like it's just, how are they going to make that leap? That a pro-lifer who said stop funding Israel is a Nazi, that they're already happy. That doesn't set out red flags to everybody around, that this person doesn't rock tight, like they don't party right, they're not, they're not there, they're not really there, you know what I mean, like in a capacity. And I get the feeling that they like condescending on a new level, like fucking mommy dearest like level, like she's she's the psycho, but they're like elucidating how your thought processes doesn't work. It's obvious that you're such an idiot. Like you can't even figure this out. Like and again, like that. Like if they can't answer a question, or you gotta repose the question to them and they haven't answered it, they're like again, like, and this and yada yada. Like we could tell that they probably celebrate. Like you could feel their aura, and it just like they probably celebrate a little bit and look around like, is that the thing? Because your enemies are not even that bad, like as bad as like, and if you take your eye off a true enemy, then you're probably working for that enemy instead. So who the fuck would it be? And just because you didn't get paid and me off to the salt mine after we're done with you, like that, then I'm not going to suspect that your intentions weren't pure as the driven snow, that as pure as the driven salt that you would be shoveling, which is just being quickened. It's being quickened at a pace that's not sustainable, that makes me feel like we're leading toward a calamity or man-made disaster, like losing one of our fucking cities to some kind of man-engineered disaster. You know, that I don't know which one. I wouldn't speculate because it might be impossible. Like maybe not that, maybe this, maybe not this, maybe that. But after whatever happens, like people won't be able to go there. You know what I mean? Or maybe they'll just have like a power outage, and then they'll be like, the next time that happens is going to be the last power outage. They're just not going to turn it back on, because it's like globalist, from that, like you could say that they're Semitic or whatever, but like the globalists, the Zionist globalists that live all around the world don't even want Israel anymore. Like, hold on a minute, isn't that the gem, the pride, the pearl, your world? Like, isn't that all the most important things? Like, we would never suggest that anything should happen to the place that you call holy. Oh, wait a minute, why am I supposed to believe that you even want it? How am I supposed to believe that they even want that anymore? They don't need it anymore. They'd rather just be like a generic minority. So you need your cousins to act bad, and like you guys are both petulant, and you're trying to frame your cousins in a way, and posing questions to us that we already know the answer. Like, of course you can fucking go defend yourself. Who am I to tell you not to? Am I forgetting myself? How is that even fucking possible? It's just tenderizing. We're just being tenderized right now, because everything like that we think we know is just fucking, oh yeah, Putin and the United States are not chill cousins, like tight on a certain level. Like they wouldn't fucking betray each other for the people. But we have to look at it like it's Moscow and Washington D.C. instead of Al Gore and Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un and Putin, and he like Kamala, he wanted Kamala to win, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then it doesn't hold mustard that they're enemies, because they're not doing the Hegelian dialectic is like, it doesn't hold mustard that they're foes, because you can't see how they are like kind of binded together on a different thread. You would have to put on those goggles like in the movie They Live, and see them like we have like code where, so they even helped us out. They made a code of like a menu or something for human trafficking or something. They'll let it slip. You know, they at different times, it won't hurt them immediately to do this and escape on the limited hangout. They make a limited hangout, then the joke's on you, then they escape. But later on, they gotta erase it. They gotta come back, because it's like they don't have a way to square the circle. It actually starts the subconscious, like it's on a subconscious level that they can't you know. So that could be a reason why they would create the Mandela effect. You know, it's another form of gaslighting, except it's like anesthesia, so that you don't feel the knife going in, like the mosquito.